All right, we're going to go into the register of approved vehicles now. And I apologise, this is fairly in-depth. This is something everyone can do right now. So if you import or manufacture vehicles and you register them on the road, you'll need to know about the register of approved vehicles. So this, whilst it might be fairly in detail and a bit of death by PowerPoint in terms of screenshots of aspects of it, try and take in as much as you can because you need to know how to use this. The RVSA introduces the RAV, which is an online publicly searchable database of vehicles, including trailers approved for use on Australian roads. So the details of each and every trailer and vehicle approved for road use will be entered onto the RAV once the RVSA is in full force. And the RAV will replace the need to fit the motor vehicles with physical compliance plates, which is what I said before. Having said that, trailers still will be required to fit a physical trailer plate or compliance plate. Initially, 3 or 4 years ago when we were going through this process and they were looking at how the RAV will work and how light trailers will be looked at from a compliance point of view, the department wanted to go away from absolutely all vehicles and trailers holding a physical compliance plate. We lobbied very hard to make sure that trailers, caravans, pop tops, camper trailers kept their trailer plates because that information is critical, as we know, to then know its suitability for the tow vehicle. So as a result, we still are fitting physical compliance plates. Keep in mind that under the Road Vehicle Standards Act, your compliance plates or trailer plates will change. We don't even exactly know how much yet. That's in ADR 61, which is in the process of getting redrafted right now. But as a minimum, the compliance statement at the bottom, which you've probably all read, says this trailer complies to the Motor Vehicle Standards Act 1989. Will obviously change over to complying to the Road Vehicle Standards Act 2018. The other things that may change on the plate is as tear mass and GTM rating are a mandatory field on this new RAV, that may then also become mandatory on the trailer plates moving forward. So that's important to note for particularly those importers, or a lot of the importers will only on their trailer plates historically put an ATM rating. So what information will be needed or will be recorded in the RAV? So for light trailers, the RAV is going to include a model, a VIN, the type approval number, which will be issued to you once you are successful in applying for your approval. It'll be something like LTA 00147, something like that. The type approval holder name, so the company's name, the vehicle category code, so that's those TA, TB, TC or TD that we were talking about before. The ATM rating in kilos, the GTM rating, the tear mass, the build date, entry pathway subcategory. So for majority of people in the room, you'll be going for an approval as a standard type approval. There is another pathway that you can go through for concessional. That's if you're supplying 4 or less trailers to the market a year. If you're supplying anything more than that, you're going for a full type approval. But if you supply 4 or less, you'll be going through the concessional pathway and you get each and every trailer individually certified rather than getting given an umbrella type approval. And the last bit of information is the authorised by name. So that's authorised by the manufacturer or the company. So you can only put a vehicle on the RAV, and this is the whole barrier to entry thing that we were talking about before. You can only put a vehicle on the RAV when it's been manufactured or fully complete and complies with the ADRs. It's covered by a type approval, so you've got your type approval. The trailer or vehicle is physically in the country. And it fully complies with the parameters of your type approval. So really important to note that once it's added to the RAV, the record can be searched using the VIN only. Holders of a vehicle type approval must be enrolled and authorised by the department to enter records onto the RAV. So really important to note that the RAV is publicly searchable. So we all know what the consumers like to do. They like to search for things and find things out. So they're going to jump on the RAV and they're going to put their VIN number in and they're going to compare the data that you've put in there to their trailer plate. So you're going to be very, very careful to make sure that you're putting in the correct and accurate information of the product you're importing or manufacturing. Enrolling and testing the RAV in your business. As I said, this is something you can do now. There's a fair few people in this room I know are definitely already enrolled. We get a weekly list from VSS as to what light trailer manufacturers or importers have enrolled to test. Couldn't encourage everyone more to test it. It's been up since April 2019. For those who supply under SSM, you should have already been given your submitter ID through NEVDIS. And testing is so important because depending on your volume, it'll be a fairly, not too much administrative burden, but there will be some administration there that you haven't done before. So you'll need to consider that in your processes. So knowing how it works and interacts prior to it coming online and live is incredibly crucial. So how do you enrol and participate? I've got up the front here a few copies of the actual Vehicle Safety Standards RAV guide, so the guide as to how to use it and how to enrol for it. So at the end of the session, come and grab one. If not, there'll be a link to go and download it in the presentation that Jason will send out. So you fill out a very, very technical spreadsheet. Not really, it's really super simple. 2 sheets in a spreadsheet. You email it to ravquestions@infrastructure.gov.au. And then you head to, they'll read the RAV guide for further information on the RAV